Hey girl, let's talk about caffeine. I want to talk to you guys about caffeine intake and why it may be causing you to be anxious or depressed. I'm speaking from a personal experience. This is my experience of living 28 years on this earth. So if you guys don't already know, I own a matcha company called Chachi Matcha. I love matcha. I've never been a coffee girl, but I've always loved tea. So like sweet tea. I'm from the South. Hey, sweet tea. I also love green tea. But these things have caffeine. When I was in high school, I had a terrible, say it into the microphone. I had a terrible time with caffeine, and it developed over time. So I would wake up and go to Starbucks every day. Ma'am, I'm busy. I would wake up and go to Starbucks every day and get a white mocha latte, cappuccino, whatever it was. It only started making me feel incredibly anxious like after 6 months. I didn't do that every single day I don't know. I did it most days, to be fair. There was a couple days I started to drive to school and I would just get very anxious, like on the verge of a panic attack and just have no idea why. And again, I didn't always have this reaction, so I had no idea what was going on. I also drank a lot of Dr. Pepper at this time. I love Dr. Pepper still, and I love Dr. Pepper Zero, but there's a lot of caffeine in those. There's a lot of caffeine in tea, there's a lot of caffeine in coffee, and there's a lot of caffeine in soda. Fast forward, I quit most caffeine except for sweet tea and unsweet tea for years. Like, we're talking about up until like a year ago when I started drinking matcha. Matcha came into my life to replace coffee. When I go out with my friends and we would go to a coffee shop, I would get a matcha. And I started to really enjoy the flavor of matcha. So I've always had an affinity for the flavor of matcha. I started to be obsessed with making matcha lattes at home, and I just got into a habit of it was my little treat. I'd make it with milk and honey, and I wasn't making it right for the longest time. And then I finally looked up how do I make it, and I had to buy some tools, and it just kind of went off from there. Started a matcha stand. I go to farmers markets. I go to pop-up events. People hire me to come to their workout events. It's so much fun, and the community I create around matcha and that I get to experience because of that has been amazing. Getting into the habit of testing drinks and doing all that, I got into a little bit of a pickle where I was having like really anywhere between 2 to 3. Like, I was not, whisking away into the day without at least 2 matchas at one point. Mind you, I am working at the time, and I hated my last job. I was on the verge of burnout. Now, I think a part of what contributed it to this burnout would be my caffeine intake. There was a couple of days where I was getting really bad headaches because I had run out of matcha, which I did not know that was the cause. I'd never had a caffeine withdrawal before, and I didn't care to stop drinking the matcha every day. It was something I looked forward to when I got up. As the days went on and I'm working and I'm trying to get up and I'm trying to work, and you guys, like, the amount that I could not focus, like zero focus, people would be talking straight at me, and I just had the toughest time taking in all the info. Like, it just, one ear out the other. I would have a migraine like all day long, and this lasted me a week. It was insane. And I finally figured out it was from not having matcha, because connected the dots. At time I went to my mom's a couple times, I didn't have matcha, and I got a migraine. Like, migraine's so bad. Like for me, Advil is like my cure-all. Advil did not touch it. It didn't do anything, and I would just have to lay in the bed and just go to sleep, and just suffer all night, basically. I would just feel terrible, and I thought I was sick. I literally thought that I was sick, like I had the flu or whatever, or COVID. The depression, like like the distant feeling I had and how I just felt like I did not want to do anything when I did not have matcha. It felt like a literal withdrawal. It just felt like I didn't want to get up in the morning. I felt a little depressy, and it was weird. Even while I was drinking matcha, I could tell that my anxiety was just more. Like my stress was more, my anxiety was more. I had a hard time like living in the moment, and I felt like something was always like wrong. Like I wasn't like happy. Like it's hard to explain. There's nothing that I had to be depressed about. Not to say that that doesn't just happen. I've definitely been there. But I was so confused because it just was like everything I'd try that would normally work like wasn't working for me, and that's not typical for me, I guess. But it's very interesting how when I stopped drinking matcha, I went through the detox, the headaches, the not being able to concentrate, all of that, to being, off of it for like 2 weeks, and the amount of clarity, how much I could think more clear, that weird like anxiety feeling and like waves of depression went away. It was a big epiphany for me. You guys can go look at my recent videos I've uploaded, and I'm having a matcha in almost every single upload, almost every single day. I slipped back into a matcha hole. Now, just about 3 or 4 days ago, I stopped drinking matcha again. I was not drinking it to the extreme that I was before, but this time I had the same headache that I got and the same depressive feeling coming off of it. And the reason I'm doing it now was for some of the same reasons. The anxiety, the lack of clarity, like throughout the day. Y'all, I'm just having one in the morning, and that was it. And the way it just carried over into the day, you just don't realize it. You just don't realize it until you stop drinking it. But I'm here on day 4 to say that I am officially going to stop drinking matcha every single day for the fact that it messes with my mental health. If you are a coffee girl, if you're a matcha girl, I hate to say it. If you are a tea person, if you love soda that has caffeine in it, even poppies have caffeine in it, Olipop, anything that could have caffeine in it, and you drink it almost every single day, maybe multiple times a day, and you are having some similar symptoms that I was while being on caffeine, and then you notice, headaches and things without it, I would highly recommend you try a detox, see how it makes you feel, and see if it's the right choice for you to continue using. I will, of course, continue to drink matcha. Love matcha. It holds a very special place in my heart. I love trying new matcha. I actually just released a new strain of matcha on my website you guys can go check out. It's not going anywhere for me, but I am going to use it way less, and it has to be out of my everyday habit. Someone would say, Maggie, it does not make sense that you're making this video and you own a matcha company. Wouldn't that lose you sales? I do not believe this. I think transparency and honesty are always first on my list. That's what my company stands around. The people who don't want to drink matcha, and if it's because of this video, then they won't drink it. But the people who do will listen to what I have to say and continue to drink matcha. I'm going to keep drinking matcha. This is just a video to help you figure out, could this be what's causing your mental health issues, or why you feel so stressed out or burnt out? It doesn't matter if you have 1 a day or 3 a day. It can still happen to you. Same with coffee, same with tea. Be mindful of your caffeine intake. There are plenty amazing options drink-wise, decaf coffee, things like that you can swap out. I just wanted to come on here really quick and talk to you guys about this to see, 1, if anybody else experienced the same thing as me, 2, to encourage you to check this out for yourself. Thank you for watching. If you guys are interested, check out the rest of my videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.